And why is nobody mentioning The Rock? Why is The Rock not talking about this? That's the thing that's still glaringly missing and wrong with this entire angle.
So we're going to do a bit of news now. John Cena's latest promo. You watched this. You were particularly interested in this because I think on the first week, that interview that John did, the first one, it was in Brussels, got a lot of praise. And I think you might have been one of the only sort of well-known dissenting voices saying, hang on, there's a lot missing here from this promo. So we've now got part 2. With Cena coming out, and it was in Glasgow this time, on WWE RAW, of course. Then Cody comes out once again to interrupt, and then it plays out a little bit differently. So, I don't know if this is a what went wrong or what went right segment, but comparing the first week to the second week of basically the same segment, I guess.
Well, we can be completely like arrogant and say that they're watching us, which they might be, but I think it's more common sense. Week 1, it wasn't so much Cena's promo. It was the interaction with Cody after they had literally beat him up almost for real at Elimination Chamber. So think about it. He's basically came out to Miz TV on SmackDown, just ran in, hit Miz with the crossroads, showed intensity. Miz didn't even do anything. You see what I mean? Like he was angrier at Miz than he was at Cena. With Cena, he just said, stop being a whiny bitch. And that was it. This week, and what I said on the show last week was, why didn't Cody come out all fired up and say, you know what? I don't want to wait till WrestleMania. Let's fight right here, right now, and starts taking off. And Cena chickens out. Cena leaves. That's why I said it should have happened week 1. They did that here. That's where, I said, okay, now we got something. Although I still feel like Cody and Cena were so close to WrestleMania, maybe we don't have them interact. Maybe we anticipate the actual match. Maybe they talk crap, but they're in separate locations. Maybe they do that split screen picture like they do on ESPN, like Riddle and Seth Rollins. And maybe they do try to find each other, but don't. Something takes them off course to do that. But this was definitely done better. But once again, you're talking about things that are missing. What's missing? What's the one thing that's glaringly missing this close to WrestleMania, especially with Cody versus Cena?
Tell me.
The Rock. Not even on the Titantron. Think about it. Has anybody even mentioned The Rock since Punk's promo about The Rock? It's almost as if they're telling them, do not mention The Rock's name. Sure, I'll be there at the pay-per-view, but nobody. How did Rock get Cena to turn heel? Why did Cena turn heel? Cena already won the Elimination Chamber match. He already had his title shot. And they're like, well, that's why people are asking. Yeah, but after 5-6 weeks, no one's going to ask. I'm sure they'll pick it up after WrestleMania. But why is Cena doing this? He already qualified for the title match at WrestleMania. So what is Rock offering Cena? And what is Cena offering Rock? And why is nobody mentioning The Rock? Why is The Rock not talking about this? That's the thing that's still glaringly missing and wrong with this entire angle.
There's one thing that keeps bugging me, and it happened last week and it happened this week as well. I've said it on Storytime with Dutch, and I made mention of it. And I actually said, because this bugged Dutch to no end. And it was with Ronda Rousey. Ronda would come out, I don't know if she's playing a heel or whatever. Let's say she was playing a heel. She would come out smiling and clapping hands and blah, blah, blah. Then she'd get in the ring and then be serious. And my opinion is, it's sort of the same thing with Cody, is why is he going through the exact same machinations every single week where he's going, whoa, with the music and slapping hands with the fans and da-da-da, and seeming so relaxed about the whole situation, and then he goes into acting mode in the ring, and then he starts going into, the promotional rhetoric, with it. And there's a bit of a disconnect because, as you said last week, I'm sure, why isn't he more angry about this? Why didn't he at least try and attack Cena last week? You know, for everything you did to me, how dare you? That kind of thing, and I'm going to get revenge. There doesn't seem to be like a big desire for revenge on Cody's part. And that's sort of what's been a bit of a disconnect with me still. They've got weeks to, flesh it out, of course.
Yeah, well, the timing of everything too. They got weeks to flesh it out. When's he going to decide to get intense and really ready for WrestleMania and angry at The Rock and angry at Cena? We're waiting for that. Shouldn't that be an instantaneous thing? And then it's the booking or the creative to keep them apart and keep people interested in the actual match. That's the trick. Yeah, he's a lot more mature than any other wrestler that I ever grew up watching because they would run right to the ring and start fighting. There's a thing about Russo that when I worked with him, whether it's WWE, or TNA, and other people, and he would talk about this on his show a lot, before we went out, say this happened to Cody, the Elimination Chamber beatdown, all that stuff, everything happened. Cody's next entrance, Russo said, say it's Austin, but we'll talk Cody. Russo or a writer would be there and say, now remember, last week or 2 weeks ago, they left you laying. He popped your eardrum. The Rock is responsible for this. The guy in the ring right now is the one you want to get at. Enter the ring and do your entrance like you can't wait. Don't do all this stuff because you want to get to that guy. That's not as important as getting into the ring and going after Cena or telling Cena you're going to kick his ass. Do you see the different presentation? Right now, we have an NXT entrance. It's like NXT face, NXT entrance. No matter what goes on, even if they killed your kitten, your puppy, your mom, your dad, your husband, your wife, hit the mark, hit the pose, pyro goes off. Make sure you get to the ring by this point, hit the pose on the apron, go through the ropes, do your thing so they're all there, do the thing. Their entrance now is the thing. So no matter what, compartmentalize the entrance, then get serious, but they don't understand that the fans are already looking going, he's smiling. Why is he laughing? Why is he happy? It's just wrestling in 2025. I don't get it because the entrance and dare I say some of the matches leading up to the actual match you want to see do not match the storyline that I'd like to follow going into WrestleMania.
I'll do a quick catch up for people who haven't watched it. So John Cena comes out on WWE RAW. This is, I wrote yesterday, but it's actually 2 days ago as we record this. Basically cuts the exact same interview that he did the week before, saying it's all the fans' fault. They've been horrible to him. He threatens to bring the spinner belt back and that he is going to ruin wrestling for everybody, but doesn't particularly sort of explain how. He says that Ric Flair's he's going to beat Ric Flair's 16-time world title reign, take the belt home with him, and that there is nothing the fans can do to stop him. Then Cody Rhodes comes out with a big smile on his face, slapping hands with the fans, etc. And then Cody says to Cena that he made a mistake, and that's saying what he said with Cody in the building. And then Cody says he wants to fight him there and then. He takes the belt off, he puts it in the middle of the ring. If you want the belt, take it. And Cena instead declines and walks off. What do you make of... Yeah, what do you make of that, actually? Because, I mean, it's more like what you wanted from the first week, I guess. But, I mean, where does this leave Cena now?
Well, this is the problem with the whole thing, and that's why I said maybe keeping them completely apart until the match and actually talking crap to each other from distances is the way to go. There's never been, I think, a match with this much anticipation. Obviously, it's Cena turning heel since the Hogan and The Rock match from WrestleMania. I'm not saying there haven't been matches people have been looking. I'm talking about storyline, the heel turn of Cena, a new fresh coat of paint on an angle, and a match we've never seen before. That's what I'm looking at right now, at least in their current characters or iterations. But yeah, the word I think of with the entrance, both entrances of Cody, with the entrances, with him getting in the ring, with his interaction with Cena. I'm not talking about Cena alone cutting the promo. If he just left and did his thing and Cody didn't come out, I think it would be fine. Although no mention of The Rock, no mention why The Rock or why he's with them or what their deal with the devil is at all. But the word that comes to my mind with every single part involving Cody, disconnect. Disconnect. Why are you happy? Why are you coming down? Why are you doing your normal entrance? This isn't a normal situation. Why are you getting in the ring without double legging Cena and beating the shit out of him? Why aren't security trying to keep you guys away from each other if you're so angry and they did so? They must not have hurt you that bad, right? Where security and the company are not trying to keep you from getting revenge on Cena. And what I would do from Adam Pearce's perspective, keep them apart and they never are near each other because this match needs to happen. If they get within 10 feet of each other, they're going to kill each other and the match is going to be canceled. Isn't that easy enough to explain? Then sprinkle in occasionally The Rock on his phone in portrait mode, talking crap about Cody. And wouldn't you people like to know why Cena and I are together? You're going to find out at WrestleMania. So at least we got something. So much disconnect. And in this day and age, if people can't understand and digest it right away, what do they do, James? Change channel. Too hard to understand.